me great pleasure to introduce the closing speaker of tonight. Well worth the wait. If you know him, you love him. Dan Kopacz!
All right. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. I know the crowd has thinned out a little bit, but thank you all who have come out and have weathered this wind, and to hear some inspiring words from a number of great patriots. Now, I'm only going to touch on a couple of things here, and I'm going to cut you loose. I know you all want to get going, and remember, right over here at the American Legion of folks who are good enough to be very thankful for people like us out here speaking our minds and offering free pizza. So when everything's over, head on over to the blue canopy here behind me. And those that came up and introduced themselves, after the first time I spoke it, this always happens. I love shaking hands and meeting all the new faces out there. And it never fails. There's always a couple that say, Dave, I really like what you said. Are you going to run for office? What are you going to run for? And you know, I really enjoy serving in local politics in my local town. I enjoy it because I know the people I'm dealing with, and I really don't have any great aspirations for running for Senate or state rep or anything like that. But what I will tell folks is that if I ever change my mind and I decide that I'm going to run for something, I'm going to run for county sheriff. Right? And you know why? Because I'll tell you what, we've come a long way. Our county sheriffs used to stand for something, and that's the American people. And I want to see that happen again. We've got an overreaching federal government that would like to stick its nose in every aspect of your business. They want to come in and surveil you and profile you and, you know, send images to the Fusion Center and whatever they got to do, you know. But I want to do something a little different. I want to protect everyone's rights. Before they foreclose on a home with a dirty deed, I want to make sure that the banks and that the politicians that are endorsing these foreclosures, that it's being done by the books and it's legal. And if you got feds that come in here and they want to surveil you without a warrant, well, you know what? If I were sheriff, I'd have them knocking on my door. And if they weren't going to comply, I'd be deputizing people like you. We'd be arresting federal agents and putting them in some of their own jails. Am I right there? Darn right. Darn right. You know, it's been a great pleasure coming up here and speaking. I mean, I really feel undeserving almost. I mean, we had Stuart Rhodes, Jim Wallace. I mean, all the speakers were just so great. And I'm truly honored to be up here. But more honored that people like you come out to hear us talk. That is incredibly important. And I got to reiterate something. You are all leaders in your own respect. Please make this viral. Take this energy to your town and make it happen on your town common. This is a common. That's what it's for. You don't take out a permit to come on your own town common and share your thoughts. Show up, bring a soapbox, bring a microphone. Call me, I'll give you a little help if I can. Politicians, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of advice. One thing that I've learned, and I've tried 8 ways from Sunday to get through to these guys, and it's a pretty tough thing. I've finally come to the realization that they're very, very simple creatures. They've got 2 buttons. They've got a pleasure button and they've got a pain button. All right? You can say, oh, good job, Senator so-and-so for this vote. Good job, Representative so-and-so for that vote. And that kind of, that's always nice. They like to hear it, but they forget about it shortly after you leave their office, too. Oh, boy, when you find that political pain button and you start pushing on it, and you put your thoughts in your local papers, you seize your community access channel and start your own show. Where's Chris Pinto? Is he still here? That young man started a show over in Worcester right now that's catching fire. That's all we got to do. We got to get out and talk these things up. This is regular, it's life. It's life for us. The politicians, they're used to managing like vassals. They treat us like vassals, cattle to be herded around. Well, you know what? They got to start hearing from us loud and proud every day of the week. Not just when they're out to take something from you. This incrementalism has taken us from a day where we've heard a lot about what happened on Lexington Green. And I'll tell you, the caliber of the men and women back then has changed. We have gotten soft. And I'll tell you, that's going to stop. It's going to take a long time to undo this garbage, but we have got to start. Little civil disobedience is in order, I think. The thing was, Jefferson said about every 20 years we're due for a good old-fashioned revolution, right? Damn it, it took some proud people in an irate minority to secure the liberty in this country, and we may have to do it again. We can't be so calloused and sheltered to think that we're so protected by government that bad things can't happen, and don't think government's the solution. A government solution to a government problem is no solution at all. You can't solve an economic crisis by spending more money. You call up the Federal Reserve, hit that print button. Well, I'll tell you, unless we run out of ink or paper, those lunatics are not going to stop. We've got to get rid of some of these people in office. And we're going to start calling them out by name. Chuck Schumer, that gun-grabbing socialist from New York. Chuck, gone! Dianne Feinstein. Chuck, gone! Any others? Boxer, Barbara Boxer. Oh, she gave us land trust and all that green nonsense. Chuck, gone with her too. Elizabeth Warren. Ooh. You know, well, I could go on. I got a list that'll go down to the floor of departments that we don't need, agencies we don't need. We don't need an FDA. Got a Department of Education turned our schools into public re-education camps. Why do we got a Department of Education? Don't need it. Our kids were learning history back in the day, way before the Department of Ed. All right, folks, it's awesome that you came out here, but please, I want you to think that today is just one day of many. If we stop, if we go home and you grab that remote control, it's all over. Next time you go to your common to talk, don't be lulled into a permit. Your Constitution is your permit. We don't have a permit here. They can't take from us something we didn't ask for. We asserted ourselves. All right. I want to thank the police officers that are out today. We've got a number of police here. They secured the event, made sure that we were taken care of, allowed us to do what we had to do, and I thank them for that. I don't know if it's such a good idea that they're streaming our faces to the Fusion Center in Boston, but hey, you know, whatever, smile. And please, go home, reconnect with your family, call up your kids, sit down at the table and eat supper with your kids at night. If there's a drug problem, you'll know. If they're being bullied in school, you'll know. If the teachers are teaching them socialist bullshit, you'll know. Reconnect with your families, reconnect with your neighbors. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next rally. Don't forget, pizza and beer right over here at the American Legion. Thank you all. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Dave Kopacz, you see his name? Listen. All right, American Legion, the blue awning right over there is free pizza. You got to pay for your beer. They got it hot and they got it waiting for us.